Okay, hey, welcome to Confidence on Camera. I'm Larry Meisel, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a little impromptu speaking in response to some conversation starter cards. Just open-ended questions, shuffle them up a little bit to make sure I get something random, and then pick from the top third. What we got here? I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. If you could look like anyone else in the world, who would you pick and why? Don't give too much thought to that. If I could look like anybody else in the world, who is there to look like? If you have any hints, if you have any ideas on who you think I look like or who I might look good to look like, put them in the comment section. And, look good. Nothing comes to mind. I'm pretty satisfied with my appearance. I'm 74 years old, and when I tell people that, they say that I look a lot younger than that. And my Garmin watch, the fitness app on my watch says that my fitness age is 60, and my chronologic age is 74. Just turned 74 at the beginning of this month. Is there any other people that I'd like to look like? John F. Kennedy was a good-looking guy. I'm sure he doesn't look that way anymore. The typical Brad Pitt and who's the other guy? Brad Pitt and the guy who was in the movie about the math savant, and he's going to therapy with a therapist played by Robin Williams. Not Matt Damon. Anyway, it must not be that good looking if I can't remember his name. Excuse me a minute. So I haven't started the timer yet. Okay. If I could look like anybody, who would I want to look like? Caller specific data was not initialized. I have no idea what that means. Robert Redford got a lot of good press for how he looks. He's a bit older than I am and doesn't look like that anymore. He passed away recently, didn't he? Robert Redford. Stereotypical good looks. Absolutely nothing comes to mind. I'd have more hair, and it would be lighter but not grayer. I can think of good-looking women, but I don't want to look like a good-looking woman. I can't think of any other... nothing else comes to mind. Let me try another card. Have any of your friends drifted away or become a bit weird? All of my friends have drifted away, except for one friend that I've had since 7th grade, and I went to visit him recently in Chicago, and he introduced me to opera, which is a thing I never thought would happen. I always thought that opera sounded like somebody was trying to kill a cat. But it was actually a really fun experience. The volume is absolutely fantastic. It's like an athletic event. And it was also interesting to note that at times the actors were singing the same note that the orchestra was playing. I mean, it was pitch perfect. They were singing a note. It's not like when you listen to pop singers, they're singing a song, words to the song. But this was like playing an instrument. It was really amazing. Had a real good time in Chicago. Didn't get to go see the protesters protesting the ICE agents that were in Chicago. The day that we were going to go, it was like nasty and rainy, and I didn't feel like standing around in the rain in order to potentially get arrested by an ICE agent. Sorry for the cough. Sorry for the hoarseness. Drifted away. One of my good friends from college, we kept in touch very, very sporadically, but it was a good kind of keeping in touch. After years or so of not seeing each other, we just picked right up after we left, where we left off. Drifted away. At 73, a lot of friends have drifted away, but I've found new groups of friends. A discussion. I attend a discussion group once a week with pretty much varies from week to week, but there's a core group of 8 to 12 people that have become friends. And then there's one of the people from that group is somebody that I have lunch with on a pretty regular basis. A former coworker is now getting into advanced age and starting to have health problems. So he and I have not been able to get together recently. I hope that we're not drifting away. I think we have a mutual respect and understanding and see eye to eye on a lot of different things. He told me that when he first met me, when we started working together, he thought of me as a brother, and I think of him very highly, and so that was a really, really good compliment. I recently had, about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I went back to my hometown for a reunion from my 3rd grade Catholic grammar school class. I had only stayed with them until 6th grade, and I transferred to public school in junior high. But in my 3rd grade nun was somebody who I idealized. I thought she was an exceptionally good person, and she thought I was an exceptionally good person. So I drifted away from Catholic school, and she drifted away from the Catholic order, the Dominican nuns that she had joined. Vatican II liberalized the church, and so I just noticed that the microphone's peaking. I hope that won't be a problem. Vatican II liberalized the church, and she was like 20 years old, and so it really resonated with her, but there was a lot of resistance, and the church wasn't living up to those expectations that were formed by Vatican I. So she left the church, and she attended the reunion for our class, and I was in another we had a luncheon, and I was in another part of the room, and somebody else told her that I was there, and I heard a voice say, "Larry Meisel, I loved Larry Meisel," after not seeing me since 3rd grade. She remembered me. I remember her. We caught up. She left the Catholic order. She went to the New School in New York for graduate school. She earned a doctoral degree in education, I assume. And she did 2 Fulbright scholarships to teach English in India. And we calculated that she told us that our class was the first class she taught, and she was 20 years old at the time. So that was 60 years ago, and it made her 80 years old. She married a guy from India who she met in New York City at the New School, which might have had something to do with why she did Fulbright scholarships in India, teaching English. And she's still teaching. Right now, she's volunteering to teach juvenile delinquents in Harlem who don't know how to read. I sat with her, and my wife got to meet her, and we sat at the same table for lunch, and her husband was with us, and her husband said, she's failed retirement twice. She can't stop working, and it's such a wonderful experience. My wife got to meet her. It was an extremely good experience, having drifted away, but having remained connected. I reconnected with her one other time when I was working at a counseling center, and we were asked by a junior high school in town, a middle school, to help facilitate some parent-child group interactions. And so I was at a planning meeting for this event that we were going to do. And there was this very nice woman across the table from me. And she said, "Are you Larry Meisel? Did you grow up in Caldwell?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I did." And she said, "I'm Sister Maria Goretti." Her name is actually her Christian. Her name is Bernadette, and I didn't get her married name, but she was Bernadette, but she was formerly Sister Maria Goretti. And I was like, good Lord, a blast from the past. How are we doing on time? We're just about out of time, so thanks for watching. I hope this will be helpful to you. I upload these videos without any editing to my YouTube channel, which is called Confidence on Camera. And you found it on YouTube, so if you're watching this, you found my channel. And I hope it's helpful for you. I hope it's helpful for me. The saying is, you got to put in reps, and the familiarity of doing it will make it less awkward and feel like I'm talking to the reflective screen on my teleprompter, but it gets to feeling more and more like I'm talking to a person on the other side of the camera. So I hope it's getting better for me. I hope you'll watch by observing my awkwardness and coming up with your own ideas for how you want to develop your own your own personal style talking to the camera. So I'm going to upload this video, and I hope to see you there.